With the second pick, we talked about it on our pod a couple episodes ago, but going with Dylan Harper when you already have De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
A lot of people were talking about that because VJ Edgecombe would have been a good pick here.
Yeah.
As far as kind of like being one of those utility guys around Wemby and De'Aaron Fox. But they went with best available. Dylan Harper would have been my choice for rookie of the year if De'Aaron Fox wasn't there. I think he's that good and that talented in the pick and roll. But if you want to go over it again a little bit, what is it? Why do you think it's the right move to get him while you have De'Aaron Fox?
You shouldn't just have one ball handler on your team. That's how you end up with one of those situations where and again, these are great players, but you have like a Hawks, Trae Young situation where they have the ball the entire time in their hands, and it's very hard to win that way. Yeah. All right, having multiple guys who can break the defense down and make plays to get off the ball, that is key. If you didn't just watch the finals run by the Pacers, that was solely due to them having multiple guys who can bring the ball up and make plays. Even to their bench players like a TJ McConnell, a guy who can come up in the game and disrupt. So having De'Aaron Fox and having Dylan Harper, two southpaws, unorthodox, lefty, shifty, aggressive, attacking guards is only going to make them harder to guard. You can play them both together because this is a new NBA, man. Just a high pace, fast pace. Both of them can knock down a shot. Both of them can make a play for not only themselves, but someone else on their team. It's going to make them much harder to guard. And then 4 or 5 minutes into the game, you take one of them out so you can stagger their minutes. The other one will come back with a second unit. They will work very well together. They also went best player available. Smart move by the Spurs. People are like, oh, they have a guard. You don't always want to just draft to round out your team by position. Sometimes you want to draft the best talent and then from there trying to make it work just for trade asset alone. Not to mention that, again, you can play two guards. You know what I mean? So I think that was a great pick for San Antonio, and I stand on that.
VJ Edgecombe to 3. I think this would have been Ace Bailey's spot if he was willing to work out with other teams. But VJ Edgecombe obviously played for your AAU team. I thought he had one of the cooler stories, his interview, just someone on draft night that you could root for, where he came from. These other guys, you could see, some people like Dylan Harper, the son of an NBA player, and you see the VJ Edgecombe story, and it was really cool. If you want to talk about him a little, because I know you know him personally, and his fit with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Yeah. First off, shout out to VJ. Austin Rivers Elite alumni. So it's really cool to have one of my players not only be drafted, but to be a top 5 pick, top 3 pick is insane. I mean, just watching this kid grow, playing ones with him, working out with him over the years, just seeing his hunger, his development of the game has been staggering. His explosiveness has just continued to punch through the roof. He's a good kid. He's got a great background, great story. He's got a great village of people around him that have helped mold him into being a great young man, no doubt. And he's another player, like I just mentioned, is ready to play now and have an impact. Philly has a lot of assets on their hand. So I don't know how they're going to move. Yeah. They have a lot of guards and wings. So it's
like automatically, how would your backcourt be Maxey and Edgecombe or Maxey and McCain?
And for people like, well, you just said it's okay to have a bunch of them. Guys, they have one, De'Aaron Fox. It's okay to have 2.
Yeah.
It's another to have like 5 wings and then draft a 6th wing, guys. Yeah. Okay, this is where common sense has to start coming into effect. Not to say that it was a bad pick, because I love VJ. VJ's there for the long run. I think they've tried to do this win now scenario with this team for the past 5-6 years. That process has loaded. All right. Trust the process is dead. So they've got this team, high payroll, Paul George, Maxey, Joel Embiid. They didn't work last year. It was a catastrophe. I think right now they're drafting for this future. Now, where and how this ends up, I don't know, because you have Jared McCain and you have Maxey on the ball. All right, which is fine because McCain will come off the bench. Maxey will start.
I was going to say Edgecombe with Maxey makes a lot of sense because Edgecombe's two-way ability.
And Edgecombe's a 2 guard. He's not a point guard. So that doesn't affect him at all. You have Grimes, all right, who's going to be the backup. So again, you have 1-2-1-2. It's a very good 1-2-1-2. You have Maxey at the point starting, McCain as a backup. You have VJ Edgecombe starting, you have Grimes as a backup. That is a hell of a 2-guard rotation right there between those 4 guards. So that's right there. Then you have Paul George, you have Joel Embiid. They have good players that round up at Kelly Oubre. They have like very talented guys within that team. So I think that's what they're going to do. Rotate some of these guys, see how it works out. I think VJ is obviously there for the long run. Maxey's there for the long run. McCain's there for the long run. I think all these other guys will be assets.
Yeah, and I think it's a cool thing, a luxury for a team to be able to go try to win now with Joel Embiid, but also look to the future because they have a young guy like Maxey, to have VJ Edgecombe there too. It's kind of like the way the 2022 Warriors had it, where they had the Stephs and the Draymonds, but they also had like Jordan Poole and some of these other younger guys there too. If you're able to do both, OKC's obviously just been able to do it with all young guys.
Dallas is getting ready to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Philly's going to be doing the same thing. Houston has a bunch of young guys now with Kevin Durant. They're going to be doing the same thing. When you get to develop young talent at the same time while also trying to compete for a championship, that's a great point, Pausha. That is what is the ideal for a team. So you have Joel Embiid, you have Paul George, you have Tyrese Maxey, now who is a veteran for sure. But still young, obviously. But still, he's got enough experience under his belt at this point. Pause. Now you add talent like McCain, VJ, even Grimes isn't that old. So you have this young talent also developing at the same time. That's what's ideal for a team. So great pick again.
The Hornets drafting fourth. In this draft, they ended up getting Con Knipple and Liam McNeely. Like, they're obviously adding like solid shooting. Both guys can shoot the shit out of the ball.
I think with all the drama and things that have gone over there the past couple of years,
they probably weren't going to draft Ace Bailey.
they didn't need any more projects. You know what I'm saying? They got Brandon Miller there already. They got all these guys there, and then they had problems before that with some of the guys they drafted. I think at this point they're trying to bring in just some good guys who could play some basketball. They strategically win Caucasian. I'm just kidding, but no, it's crazy. The two guys they drafted were just two white guys, but these guys both can play. I love Knipple and I love McNeely. I love McNeely at Mount Vernon. He just plays the right way.
Yeah,
these are both two guys, and I can't stand that I keep saying this, that can play right now. I know I said that about VJ because that's the truth, and I know I said about Cooper, that's also the truth. And I said that about Dylan Harper because that's also the truth. This is why this was a good draft. They have guys who can impact winning right away. I think McNeely, his game is not predicated off talent and like ceiling. Either is Knipple. They were top picks because the boys can play basketball.
Well, yeah, McNeely went late in the first round.
Still, I'm saying he was drafted nonetheless because, bro, he went to UConn as a freshman and was the best player on the team.
Yeah.
Okay, Knipple was the second best player on the team. He's a very good player. These guys can compete, and their games aren't predicated off athletic ability. It's not predicated on some ceiling like Ace Bailey's or some of these other guys. They are good right now. They're fundamentally sound. They play off 2 feet, which is a lost art and is not really taught, especially with me growing up. Guys didn't play off 2 feet. They play off 2 feet, and they are always in control, and they're two-way players who can play on both sides of the ball.